So hi guys, obviously this is a little bit out of sequence. Shot this whilst Baru was out of the water. I'm going to go through the rebuild of a FlexiFold 3-bladed prop. Now first of all, you have to remove the prop in order to fit an anode. This is on a Booker sail drive. So first thing on reassembly, I always like to put a little bit of grease on the shaft. Now this is a splined, plain diameter splined shaft. Then next, fit the spacer. Now that spacer acts also as a preventer for any line getting in behind, and it does stop it getting into the seals a little bit. It will capture it. It's not a line cutter or anything like that. So then the body of the FlexiFold goes onto the splines and push it back, make sure it goes fully back to the spacer and is clear of the anode. That's very important. So next you have a bronze lock nut to go on. Make sure you feel that onto the thread. It's bronze and it would be very easy to cross thread and strip it, and that would be a little bit expensive. I think it's 22 or 24 AF. Just use a socket to tighten that down. It's not torqued right up, it's not a super tight torque. It was about 24 foot-pounds, I think it was. Now I use one of the blades just to slot it in and feel it in. Feel it in so it's nice and tight. There you go. So next you've got I think it's M10, it's 13 AF nut with locking tab. So again, that goes into the end of the shaft through the bronze nut, and one of the tabs on the locking tab sits on one of the flats of the bronze nut. You can feel it in by hand before giving it a tweak with a socket. And again, just use a blade just to give you that little bit of leverage. And then, very important, do not forget to knock the tab over to captivate the nut. There's a special tool for doing this. It's called a hammer and a screwdriver. Again, just make sure everything turns, and then we're ready to start putting the blades in. They don't go in any sequence, but you do need to make sure that they are sat back against the stops, all equal. So again, I like a little bit of grease on the blade, and this is the pin. There is a notch at one end which lines up with a cotter pin that holds the whole thing, the whole assembly in. So just feel it in. That's should be a slide fit for that pin into position. Just line up the notch and then grab the cotter pin and screw that down, and that will captivate the actual pivot pin. And you repeat that on a 3-bladed prop 3 times. It's the same sequence for a 2-blader on the flexor fold, but obviously only 2 blades. These cotter pins don't have to be super tight, about 8 foot-pounds, and then just test the blades, and there you saw a very nice movement. And you check then that they all go back to the same position. And now you're ready for the cover plate. That's held on with 3 cap-head screws. And the centre of the cover plate is tapped, and that is to take the propeller anode. Again, just make sure that the cover plate doesn't foul the propeller blades. So once the cover plate is on, now you can fit the anode. Notches in the anode to clear the mounting screws, and it's just a simple tighten it up. That's again, it's an M10, I do believe. And that's it, job done.